Let me congratulate Yanga on having had a good innings in this year's Champions League. I thought they were worthy opponents and very resolute, so difficult to break down. Well coached with some very, very good players. So commiserations and maybe take this opportunity to wish them the best with the remainder of the season. Let me also congratulate this team, Mamelodi SUNDOWNS Football Club, for reaching the semifinals. What is it, the second time in a row now, which is very important. And very proud of the players, very proud of the technical team. They're very proud of the football club. It was always an awkward fixture, one we struggled with in the first leg, and I thought maybe the lack of preparation time worked to our demise, because we didn't have enough days to prepare for the first leg, and then if you don't put in a bit more of an aggressive offensive performance away from home and with an away goal, the home fixture becomes a little bit tricky, because all they need is one goal, and which they almost got, to be honest, on transition, and that's what they were playing for, So, but difficult to play these type of games. Difficult. It's Champions League, and a lot of people forget how awkward these games are. 2 or 3 people already said to me this game reminded them of the Petro game. And if you remember 3 or 4 seasons ago, when we had a second leg against Petro, we struggled a little bit and we were knocked out. But it's good today. We show that we've grown as a team, and for sure, even if we had scored 1-0 or 2-0 or whatever the scoreline would have been, I would have still said we can play better. But yeah, all that matters now is that we're in the semi-finals. Actually, that's all that matters. And to be honest, I'm not really interested in analyzing the game at the moment. I think we've got to just congratulate the players for a magnificent and resolute character, and in a very difficult week. It was a tough week this week, and to get 2 good results against 2 difficult opponents at home is just testament to our hard work. We work very, very hard, and the commitment and the perseverance of this group, and very, very proud of them. And as I said even before, sometimes we've got to appreciate it a little bit more, and as long as the players know that I appreciate them and I love them, and they will always have a special place in my heart.
Thank you, Coach. We'll take questions. I see Lawrence hand is up.
Coach, congratulations.
Thank you, Lawrence.
Mokwena just came here and said that they were robbed by the referee, and that was a clear goal, and he wasn't really interested in analysing the game, just like you said as well. I've had a chance to look at that incident, and how do you react to another coach saying they were robbed in this game?
Yeah, I can't find words to appease him. Of course, the feeling like any other coach. But okay, good. I would rather leave my side and be extremely complimentary of the opposition instead of taking that direction, because there was a lot of other situations, like the foul with the elbow on Divine Lunga inside the box, and that could have been a penalty. So I don't want to talk about those things, except maybe if I had lost, maybe I would also take that direction. But let me be gracious and respectful in victory, and say that they were worthy opponents, a good side, and one we enjoyed playing against, both home and away.
Thank you, Coach. Hello.
Thank you. Good evening, Coach.
Good evening, sir.
Congratulations on the victory.
Thank you very much.
Coach, you've spoken about, you made reference to 3-4 seasons ago you were knocked out against Petro.
Yeah.
What exactly is difficult about this Champions League that makes it extremely difficult for you guys to win, with beautiful scorelines and so forth? What exactly, particularly in the knockout stages?
It's tough. It's, of course, the competition, I said to you, starts in the knockouts. These games are very, very difficult. Yeah, two seasons in a row now in the semi-finals. It's important. And let's see, we've been knocked out a couple of times in the quarterfinals, so let's cherish this moment. And even in games where we thought we would come through, we've been pulled back a couple of times in the history of this club. So we're entitled to absolutely nothing. I hear a lot of people saying Sundowns are favourites. You got to have won the competition a couple of times to be favourites. You know, you don't get the favourites tag because you're playing well and everyone just thinks, oh yeah, but they will win. You've got to earn it, and you've got to know how to win. You saw last week against Simba, only one chance. And nothing, one chance. And they do it every season in, season out. They know how to navigate their way through this competition. And that's what we are learning to do, to navigate our way through the competition, to take the rolls with the punches, and then continue to roll on, because teams in the Champions League, especially in the knockouts, they give as much as they receive, and that becomes very, very difficult. But as I said, rather focus on the good feeling of having a very, very good week. This was a very, very good week and an important week for the football club, and very, very proud, and congratulations to everybody at the club.
Coach.
Yes, sir. Sure, come.
Congratulations on the progression to the semi-final.
Thank you, sir. Sure, come.
Earlier this week, after the Richards Bay game, you alluded to how you encountered a team that was essentially playing for a draw with the block. Today you encountered another low block, maybe that had more venture about them. What are some of the differences in, because you encounter this a lot, I mean, Champions League and the league, these low blocks. What are the difference between teams that park the bus in the PSL and the ones that play in the Champions League?
I don't think there's much of a difference. I think, of course, from a qualitative perspective, for sure, once you get closer and closer to the end of the tournament, the quality, of course, gets a little bit more. So the resistance is a little bit more, the coaching is a little bit more, but bless you. But low blocks from a technical, tactical perspective are so difficult. And we try, you have to find solutions. Unfortunately, you can't complain. And we tried everything. We tried to go around, we tried to go over, we tried to go through. We tried with shots from range, which are important. We tried with set pieces. We tried with artificial transitions. And but we were patient. And that's one thing I really admire about this team, and is that we don't lose our personality. We play football the way we want to feel it also. We want to enjoy being on the pitch. We want to play a brand that the people on the stands enjoy watching. And then when you play against a low block, the challenge is that the game might not be as enterprising, because you just see one team trying to break down the other team, and then that's why people sometimes say, the game was not so good. But in the game of football, you need three very good teams, and offensive in the sense that they both want to try to score. And when you have a game where only one team has the responsibility to set the tempo, to set the intensity, it becomes very, very difficult. But as I said, massive congratulations to this group for reaching the semi-finals. And then already this is, for me, it's already an improvement on last season. One trophy already, massive gap in the league. In the semi-finals, like we were last season, we were in the finals on the MTN8, which is a final we didn't make last season. So I'm very proud with what I see as an improvement, and if it's just a marginal improvement, then it's enough for me. And big kudos and credit to the players. Today was difficult, but I expected it to be difficult, because this is Champions League, and anyone who expected it to be a walkover doesn't understand how difficult this competition is. It's a very, very tough competition, and that's why we've only won it once in I don't know how many attempts. So it tells you how difficult this competition is.
Next question, please.
Coach.
Yes, sir.
When it comes to the win today, I believe that it also means that Sundowns are likely to get that automatic qualification to the Club World Cup. Is that like something that was in the back of your mind as the game was going on? And like I think that shortly.
Can we just keep it to one question, please? Just for the sake of our colleagues, please.
Yeah, 100%. I spoke about it even before. So it was an important objective for the football club and one that, I don't know, let's see until it's official, you know. But yeah, one of the things that made winning so important today.
From this info. Coach, what do you make of your players' mental fortitude in terms of how they got past this? Because there are obviously a number of mental hurdles in the stage against the team. Because especially when you look at how, for instance, a player like Aziz responded after he missed the penalty, and how your team responded throughout the whole penalties.
No, as I said, you know, one of our strengths in the quality, and you've got to come to Klonkop to see it. You know, the brotherhood, the atmosphere at the football club at the moment is very, very good, and that's because of the players. You know, they're amazing human beings, better human beings than I could ever be, and so strong, focused, hardworking. And very patient with their coach who demands so much from them, and that's why I've got to praise them and really, really thank them for representing this club the way they always represent this club, with pride, with dignity. They give their best, and we're very, very proud of this group of players. It's been a difficult week, maybe even harder than any of the teams in the quarterfinals in the Champions League, because we've had to juggle the fixture while also juggling a training session on Tuesday in the morning to prepare and have one extra session in our belt, and you could see today I thought the performance was a little bit better. We moved the ball well, we controlled the tempo, we played slow in the right moments. I thought we played fast in the right moments today, and I think we were just unfortunate with the final action in the final third. You know, there's some moments where better decisions from Lodge, better decisions from Lucas, better decisions from Maseko in the final third. But okay, even Marcelo coming into the assist zone with one or two passes that could have been a bit better. But you can't fault them for trying, and that's the most important thing. Can we improve 150%? We can. And I would love to still continue to improve as the competitions go on, you know, and to be still in the 3 competitions while we know we can still improve is actually a very good sign. Shawkins.
Coach, last season, just before you played Belouizdad, you spoke about having to fight against the monopoly that the North African teams have. And one might make an example of the AFL, how you were able to get through, go past Bali, win against Wydad. This quarterfinal against the team from Tanzania, like, how important was this lesson? It's like, in all the lessons that you've been talking about, going through and getting the experience, like taking a detour to play this type of team?
Oh, it's always win, you learn, lose, you learn even more. And as I said, I just want to congratulate Yanga for being very, very good opponents. Difficult to break down in both legs. Well coached and with some very, very good players. And I think mine is just to show respect and appreciation to the football club and as an opposition, and congratulate them on having had a very, very good tournament. But yeah, let's enjoy this situation. Now we've got a tough one in Cape Town on Tuesday. Very, very tough against one of my favorite coaches and Coach Ernst. So I'm looking forward to seeing him. Maybe he brings a smile on my face on Tuesday. Is someone I really adore big time. And that's very true. Don't spin it, guys.
We'll take the last 2 questions, colleagues, and then we'll close it off. Go ahead.
Coach, congratulations on the win. Siyasanga here from the Sunday World.
Sure, Sia. Thank you, sir.
Coach, yesterday you said, during the press conference, you said something profound you said that you wanted Loftus to be a cathedral today, and that the fans should worship the team. So, what do you make of the turnout today, and what would be the message to the Yellow Nation?
No, I thought the turnout was very, very good. Can it be better here? It's like our performance. Can it be better here? And but you got to praise them. It's not easy on a Friday night. And of course, with some of the social ills that we face for our people, not being able to always afford the tickets, not being able to afford the transport fare. It's a very extensive expenditure to attend football matches, and sometimes we neglect that. But of course, when they make such an effort to come out and support this team, you've got to, which was one of the things when we went to the penalty shootout, I said, not in front of our people and not after the effort they've made to come out and to support you. No chance. And the boys responded to that, and I'm happy that they made the supporters happy. They deserve it. The one thing about the SUNDOWNS supporters, and maybe it's because of the investment, they love this club, but they suffer with the team too much. When the team suffers and is going through a difficult, and that's football. And the Champions League, you can't dominate every single second of the match, and you see it when we go away from home and the whistles and the smoke there once we start to gain momentum and they break down the moment, because you can never dominate for 90 minutes in the Champions League. It's very, very difficult. But the investment of our fans, and you see it all the time, is that they suffer with us, and it's in those moments, because they are not on the pitch. They've got to now, that's when they should beat the drum a little bit more. That's when they should push the players a little bit more, and but of course, just like the team on the pitch and just like the coach off the pitch and the technical team, we've got to learn how to play these games in the Champions League. I think also the supporters are learning how to invest and get involved in Champions League games. And as I said even before, we won so many important games, like in the AFL against Wydad in the second leg, against Al Ahly in the second leg. We won because of our fans. And I think today we also did because of the turnout and the noise that they kept chanting and pushing the team. But of course, in some of the moments I could feel, and I was looking behind them and I said, you've got to make more noise. You've got to push the team a little bit more. But it's the love they have for the team, they've got high expectations, and that's a privilege, to play in front of a crowd that has high expectations for their team is a massive privilege, and mine is just to encourage them to continue, and even in the league games, they've got to, this turnout is what this club deserves, and it's what the football players deserve. They invest so much, and they deserve to play in not full out capacity stadiums. They do, because of, not only because of the type of football they play, but just because of the type of team that they are. Good human beings, and they deserve to be celebrated, every time they take the pitch.
Thank you, Coach.
Coach Maskebe.
Sure, Skebe.
When you look at this, the 120 minutes of this younger game, and I maybe take you back to the Wydad game as well last season in the semis when we couldn't go through because it was a draw. With these two games, the performances, at least in against Wydad, you scored, but where, especially with this one, would you say improvements should be made as you go for the semi-final? Is it in maybe if it's playing, can you explain where, or if it's the opponents, how they set up, where should the improvements be as you approach the semi-final?
Everywhere, but today you gotta forgive me, I'm not getting technical because I just want to enjoy the moment of being in the semi-final, guys. We're in the semi-final, and that's what matters. We are in a semi-final, guys. SUNDOWNS is in the CAF Champions League semi-finals, and that should be the heading tomorrow. Regardless of every other thing, we are in the semi-finals, and that for me is all that matters.
Thank you, Coach. Congratulations once
Thank
again.
you.
And I'm sure